Mr. Pip. First of all, it takes place on an island called Bougainville. On the island there is a civil war between the Redskins and the Rebels, and during the Civil War the villagers are left to defend for themselves. During the novel, the village lacks the basic needs of health care, like medication, teachers. They have no help from the outside world. The only white man on the island decides to read the only book called The Great Expectations. And the main character is Matilda, and as the novel continues, she engages in the book, and she just engages looking at the world in the eyes of Charles Dickens, who created the book Great Expectations. The book centers around her view on how her home becomes destroyed. The book definitely takes me out of my comfort zone, opening me up to the less fortunate, which is a big reason why I like the book. It broadens my perspective 110%. I would rate this book 5 stars out of 5 for sure. Hey Natasha, so you read the book Mr. Pip?
Yes, it was actually a very interesting book.
That's good. So how did you experience the book? Like, were you engaged?
It definitely piqued my interest because it had a sort of survival of the fittest meets the Hunger Games effect, right? So it had a lot of the aspects where you pretty much, you have to make a impulsive decision as to whether or not it's your life or something else's.
Yeah, exactly. Matilda's mom definitely took her life from Matilda. So. Anyways, is the plot, like, did you find it interesting?
It was actually very interesting. I guess
I like the historical part of it.
Yeah, it had a lot of the actual events that occurred.
Yeah, and like the blockade, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, especially coming from a perspective of a 10-year-old.
Yeah. So, if you were to rate the book, what would you give it or rate it?
Well, I give it a 5 because it's not as well-rounded as most, but I mean it definitely has a good plot, it has a good character, and it's a great setting. It just has to be well-rounded.
So what was your favorite part of the whole book?
I would definitely have to say the family reunion. It wasn't a big family reunion, it was just a daughter and father finally getting back. But I mean it pulled on your heartstrings a little.
Yeah, especially when the mom died, and the teacher, oh my god. Anyway, yeah, but that's all the questions I have. Thanks for the interview.
No problem, thank you.
Fiction! Mr. Pip!
Yes?
These past few days have been amazing. Like, words can't even describe how happy I feel.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know.
You're such an interesting read. Like, I love how you show me in the eyes of the less fortunate how truly fortunate and happy my life truly is.
Yes. Some people take everything for granted.
I also loved your storyline and your interesting historical facts about the blockade.
Oh, thank you. I am being overwhelmed with great reviews.
I could read you over and over again into all of eternity. You don't even understand how much I love you.
Wow, I was one of the most writers the best book and finalist for the main book report.
Which is why I must ask you, will you spend the rest of your life?
Oh, hell no. Get that out of the way.
Hey Adam, so you read the book Mr. Pip?
Yeah, actually a couple years ago.
Oh yeah. So how did you experience the book? Like, were you engaged immediately, or did it take you a while to like get into what was happening?
It definitely took me at least a couple chapters to get into the book, but I'm glad I stuck with it as a friend.
Well that's good. So did you find the plot like interesting as you were reading it? Were you engaged?
Oh yeah, like I said, it took me a bit to get into it, but once I was into it, I definitely enjoyed the whole read.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part to the book?
Towards the ending there, with the 4 pigs for Misty Years, was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. I was really happy when Matilda and her father finally like met again after the 4 lost years.
Yeah, it's a happy moment.
Yeah, definitely. So, what would you rate the book?
Give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah? Alright, so that's pretty good.
It's a good read, worth it.
The historical parts are interesting, but like, it wasn't all...
That's pretty much what got me, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I like history, so it
Yeah.
kind of fit with me.
That's good. Okay, well, thanks for, well, I'm glad we had you for this interview.
No problem.
Oh. You cannot pretend to read a good book. The house can catch a light, and a reader deep in a book will not look up until the wallpaper is in flames. From Mr. Pitt. That seems like a good book. Oh, Mr. Pitt.
Eric, I'm Krista. So, what are 3 words you would use to describe your favorite book?
Action, adventure, and maybe mystery.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. That's definitely what you look for in a good book like Mr. Pitt.
Hey, Krista, what are you reading? Hey, Krista, what are you reading? Shh.